Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Gracious good morning to you good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do and you know why I do it. It is Friday, September 6th, and it is 3:57 in the a.m. And this is going to be my last recording for the day, but I wanted to make it a good one. So here we are. Now, in some of my earlier recordings this morning, I talked about taking up your cross. I talked about exploring your motivation for change. I talked about how we relegate God to certain areas and how we're just disobedient. I also talked about how we go to people who we secretly have judgment for. You know, we consider their sin greater than ours. Amen. Let's keep this 100. We consider their sin greater than ours. You know, and so we go to them for validation when somebody calls us out on our sin. You know, see, that somehow justifies you and puts you in right standing. And I want us to think about the motivation behind that. Now, if we secretly think their sin is greater than ours, but we go to them for validation, we're again, it's like a double standard of judgment for them, because you know how you've talked about this particular individual to other folks. So now, hey, let me run over here to this person and ask them to back me up. And so the person that you're trying to justify your sin to now says, okay, this somehow seems plausible. And the person that you're seeking the validation from, your peanut gallery, your amen corner, is now your best bud. So you've aligned yourself with a sinner for validation. Then you've aligned yourself in order to keep that sense of judgment. Then you've aligned yourself, you know, to keep this dysfunctional, dishonest harmony going now. Because before I had a judgment for you, now we're cellmates. And then when all is said and done, when the focus is off me, I'm going to put my focus back on you and how you're messing up. See, it's a really sick dynamic. All that being said, I'm going back now to what is your motivation for change? And why are you, now I know people are going to be people, so let's just take that off the table. Why are you making choices to stay sick? Some of us need to really go back and heal some damage that we've done, or mend some damage that we've done, heal some relationships, truly apologize, first and foremost, to God. And then second, to the person that you left holding a trash bag, a full trash bag. Amen. And you also have to be open to hearing what you've done, and that there may not be any forgiveness. There may not be a comeback for, you know, so I want you to drop the attitude and, you know, I forgive you, but you don't have access to me. That's because you don't want to be accountable. That's because you don't want to hear about you. That's because you want to stay angry about the response that somebody gave you while you abused them. That somehow vindicates you that that person is angry. So, yeah, I can't talk to them. You did what you did. You enjoyed doing what you did, or you wouldn't have done it. Now, with that same zeal and passion that you did what you did, can you take God's grace that was extended to you, because if justice had been served, you would have been served, Can you take that same grace that was extended to you during that process and go back in your godly goodness, in your grace, and sincerely apologize in an attempt to restore the situation that you destroyed? Can you do it? That's part of being obedient. I'm going to take you to Romans 12, 1 and 2, because we seem to have forgotten that lesson. Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship, to offer yourselves to the service of others, not for your comfort, not for your convenience, and not for your gain. Get out of self. Can you do that? See, most of us offer our bodies as sacrifice to a whole bunch of things that don't bring life. Most of us offer our bodies to pleasure. Our flesh to flesh. Our flesh for carnal pleasure. And we're okay with that. No commitment, no connection. Get up and act like nothing happened. Get up like it's the thing to do. Why? Because we've normalized it and we've accepted it. Now, again, I'm allowing people to be people. If you can do that, can you do it with commitment and connection? See, I'm not one of those people that can just, hey, it's all good. I crave commitment and connection. I expect, and I don't think I'm the only one, I expect loyalty. I expect covering. I expect honesty. And all those things add up to integrity. If I am presenting myself, I expect nothing less. But we don't do that anymore. And we have cutesy names and phrases for it. Would you think about your level of commitment and connection, and what is your motivation for change, and what are you presenting your body to and for? Now, you've heard me say the enemy can bless you, but he's going to bless you according to his standards. And we have identified 7 deadly ones. They're called the 7 deadly sins, y'all. But check that out at another time. I want to get back to Romans 12, 1 and 2. Let me start with 1 again. Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Do not conform. Clearly states, there's a thou shalt not right here. This goes beyond the 10 Commandments. This is a clear instruction. Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed. Change. What is your motivation for change? To be holy and pleasing to God. Are you that? Okay. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by what? The renewing of your mind. What do you know about God? Do you seek God? Do you seek His Word? Do you seek to understand His character and His nature? In order to understand the character and nature, you must be transformed by the renewing of your mind. I must be open and receptive. Are you that? Or are you closed and then you're looking for reasons why you stay closed? Now you're close to certain things, but let's go back to verse 1. Offer your bodies as a living sacrifice. See, we offer our bodies for other things, but we're close to God. Just saying. And when you're open and receptive and motivated for change, and your desire is to worship God, to be pleasing to God, this last part of verse 2, then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is. When you understand the character and nature of God, when you're seeking to study the character and the nature of God, you will understand what God's will is. And what is God's will? It's good, it's pleasing, and it's perfect. Now, so while you're running around trying to fix something that's dysfunctional that you didn't break, just know, if you switch that up and you put your focus on God, you will understand and receive what's good, pleasing, and perfect. Amen and amen.